A very good afternoon, and welcome to AFC House, the home of Asian football. My name is Claire Kim, and I'll take you through today's event. Soon we'll witness the Women's Olympic Football Tournament 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2 draw. And before we begin, I'd like to welcome distinguished guests among us today, representatives of the participating teams and AFC administration. Before we proceed, let's have a look at some highlights from the qualification roundup of this tournament. I hope everyone enjoyed the video as much as I did. We had 10 teams qualified from round 1 to make the number of participating teams in round 2 increase from 5 to 12, ensuring more match opportunities for teams. Slots for the final round for qualified teams from round 2 are also increased from 1 to 3 to motivate the teams. Now before proceed with the draw, let's have a look at how it all works with the next video explaining the technical procedures of the draw mechanism.
Women's Olympic Football Tournament Tokyo 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2. 10 member associations advanced from the qualifiers Round 1 as 4 group winners and runners-up, and 2 best third-place teams will participate in the Women's Olympic Football Tournament Tokyo 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2, where they will meet Vietnam and Uzbekistan. Seeding. Seeding for the draw shall be based on the latest FIFA Women's World Ranking available at the time of the draw, which was released on 7th December 2018. Mode of competition. A total of 12 teams will be divided into 3 groups of 4 teams each. Each group shall play a one-round league in a centralized venue, where each team in the group shall play 1 match against every other team. Winners of each group, total 3 teams, shall advance to the qualifiers' final round, where they will meet teams that received automatic qualification into the final round: Australia, DPR Korea, Korea Republic, China PR and Thailand. Groupings and match dates. The following match sequence applies for groups with 4 teams. The number designates the position drawn in each group. The Women's Olympic Football Tournament Tokyo 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2 shall be played in the competition window of 1st to 9th April 2019. Draw principles. A total of 12 teams will be divided into 3 groups of 4 teams each. Teams will be allocated into 4 seeding pots accordingly. The host member associations will be drawn into separate groups. Draw mechanism. Draw will commence in the following sequence: Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2, Pot 1. Pot 4. First team drawn will be positioned as A4. Second team drawn will be positioned as B4. Third team drawn will be positioned as C4. Pot 3. First to third team drawn will be positioned as A3, B3 and C3 respectively. Pot 2. First to third team drawn will be positioned as A2, B2 and C2 respectively. Pot 1. First to third team drawn will be positioned as A1, B1 and C1 respectively. In order to apply separation of host, the host association from this pot shall not be drawn into the same group as the other host drawn earlier. It shall always be put in the group with no host at the same position. That will conclude the draw for the Women's Olympic Football Tournament Tokyo 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2.
Now that we're all clear on how the draw mechanism works, to conduct the draw, please welcome on stage AFC National Team Competition Manager, Ms. Jessie Dai.
Thank you, Claire. Distinguished guests, representatives of participating member associations, AFC fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Welcome to AFC House, together with us to witness the draw event of the Women's Olympic Football Tournament Tokyo 2020 Asian Qualifiers Round 2. As briefly mentioned by Claire, now we have 10 teams qualified from Round 1, joining Vietnam and Uzbekistan, make it 12 teams for Round 2. And they will have more match opportunities as well as better chance to qualify to the final round, joining the top 5 teams. Without further ado, I will take you through for today's draw, and we will start from pot 4 with teams of Palestine, Nepal, and Uzbekistan. In this pot, we have 2 hosts, which are Palestine and Uzbekistan. They will find their position in the groups. And first team from this pot will be going to position 4 in Group A. Nepal. A4, first-time participants in Olympic tournaments in general. And then we're gonna find the host for Group B and C from this pot. Second team from pot 4 will be in B4 as well as a host, Uzbekistan. Host of Group B, and they have won the champion of Central Asia Women's Championship 2018. And the last team from pot 4 will be going to C4, also as a host, that is Palestine. They were one of the hosts in qualifiers round 1, and now they're hosting Group C in round 2. Moving on to pot 3. 3 teams will be positioned in number 3 in each group. And the first team from pot 3 will be going to A3, that is Indonesia. Also new for Olympic Women's Football Tournament, and they have just completed as 9th place team in the Asian Games in 2018, hosted in their home ground. Next team from pot 3 will be going to position 3 in Group B, playing their round 2 in Uzbekistan, Hong Kong. Active participants in Olympic tournaments, and they have made their way to round 2 in 2008, which was final round at that time. And the last team from pot 3 will be going to Group C, position 3, Philippines. They were absent from Olympics for several years, but they just came back for this year, for this tournament, following their success in the Women's Asian Cup in 2018. 3 teams from pot 2 will be going to position 2 in each pot. First team in Group A, India. Qualified as runner-up from Group C. They are a strong team in South Asia. They've won the Women's Championship in South Asia in 2016. Next team from pot 2, joining Hong Kong and Uzbekistan in Group B, Jordan. Newly champion in 2019 January, they won the WAF Women's Championship. And the remaining team from Pot 2 will be going to Group C, Position 2. Islamic Republic of Iran qualified to round 2 as winner of Group B. Moving on to the last pot with the top seeded teams. First team, if it's Vietnam or Chinese Taipei, they will be moved to Group C or B, Group B or C, because host position shall be reserved for Myanmar. So we will see that is Vietnam. Therefore, they will be moved to Group B with a host. They have made their way to the final round in 2016, and we will see their performance in this year's competition. Next team drawing, if it's Myanmar, it will be placed in Group A, Position 1. If it's Chinese Taipei, it will be going to Group C. Myanmar, they will be put in A1 as a host of the group. And the last team of today's draw will be joining Group C. Which is Chinese Taipei, qualified as winner of Group A from round 1 of the same tournament. That concludes the draw for round 2 of Women's Olympic qualifiers, and we wish the teams with their best performance in the matches, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jessie. With all teams find their position in each group, we will look forward to the matches to start on 1st April 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to recap on the match results. For Group A, Myanmar as host, India, Indonesia, and Nepal. For Group B, Vietnam, Jordan, Hong Kong, Uzbekistan as host. For Group C, Chinese Taipei, Islamic Republic of Iran, Philippines, and Palestine as host. This marks the end of the draw today. The match schedule will be distributed shortly. Thank you everyone for your attendance. I wish the participating teams the very best of luck, and may the matches be played in the spirit of fair play.